Welcome back to another session, guys. Today we are doing a fun exercise. It's a dreaming exercise. I call it visualizing new realities. This exercise is very powerful because it's going to allow you to just dream. Like little boys, little girls when they are little and they are all day dreaming, imagining things. And as we grow older and older, life normally becomes more serious, more busy. We have way more responsibilities. And it feels like playing and dreaming is just not a part of our lives anymore. It's just, there is no time to do that. It's just a waste of time. It's just not necessary. We have more important things to take care of. And let me tell you that when we stop dreaming, what happens, guys, when we stop dreaming? Just let me know in the chat. What happens when we stop dreaming? When we stop allowing ourselves a little bit of time just to reflect and think about new things that we would like to see in our lives. That's what I call dreaming. Dreaming about something that right now it doesn't exist, but it's in your head. And when you dream, you are visualizing that dream. You are see how it feels connecting with it. And then all of a sudden you start making that dream slowly a reality. If you really dream about that often enough, it will become a reality. But what happens when we don't allow ourselves the time for that? To just sit down, close our eyes, and just dream about things that we want, things that we will enjoy. For me, I get stuck in the monotony of life if I am not focused on my dreams. Beautiful, Melissa. So you are stuck in the monotony of your life. That sounds boring. It doesn't. For me, when I don't allow myself time to dream, life becomes boring. I stop exploring. I have a hard time connecting with my playfulness. I am less creative. And I lack motivation. If I don't remind myself the things that I want to do and why, motivation kind of starts fading. Amy says, for me, depression slowly, imperceptible sets in. I have to backpedal to figure out how did I get here. Getting to that state is so easy, guys. We just, as soon as we stop paying attention to the present moment and we stop allowing ourselves some time to be with ourselves, we just let it drop. We just get busy doing other things that feel more important and we just don't do it anymore. I get easily annoyed with people. Frustration, annoyance, lack of patience. I experience that too. I can relate to that. When I don't do those fun things, when I don't spend time with myself in any way that it feels good to me, I feel that way. I feel like everything is difficult, boring, too slow. It feels that I'm not at the right time, at the right place, and that feels oppressive. I feel my shoulders are heavy, and I just become frustrated. I have to do something, and I get tense. So Caroline, the question is, what happens when we don't allow ourselves time and space to just dream, to think about the things that we would like to see in our lives, to maybe reflect about what's next for me? Every time we change from life to life, from life stage to life stage, we need time to reflect. We need time to really reassess what's next for me now, because a part of you dies in that process. Like, for example, when I became a dad, a part of Emilio died and it will never come back. The single Emilio died. When I met my wife, the Emilio that is not a dad anymore died. He's no longer here and it will never be here again because I became a dad, and that's my new reality. When you change places where you live, when you change jobs, when you retire, when life events keep happening, there is some grief, there is some reassurance, there is some reflection that needs to happen, And you have the opportunity to think and reflect and visualize what's next for me. What would I like to see happening in this stage of my life? So it's important to allow ourselves time for that. So let me read more stuff. I get fixated on things when I don't pull back and get the larger picture. Amazing, the larger picture. That's what we are trying to do here, right? Instead of being focused on the little things that we are doing and let those little things affect us in a negative or positive way, we are stepping out and we are really looking at the big picture. Like, what am I trying to create and why? Okay? A counselor just asked to me if I was like, I've been living day to day, so I couldn't think about the future. It was quite shifting though. So you couldn't think about the future. Yeah, and this is something important, guys. It's okay if you don't know how to do this. It's okay if you haven't done this in years, decades. It's never too late to do it again. Okay, and this is why I felt inspired to facilitate this session. Okay, to really allow you to enjoy this exercise. Okay, so I invite you to get comfortable now. Okay, close your eyes. Let's take a couple of deep breaths. Just allow yourself to transition into this session. Just connect with your body. Just notice how you feel. Do a little body scan. That means you can start on the top of your head and then you can start noticing how you feel. Start going down slowly. Notice how your face feels. Is there any tension in your cheeks, in your jaw? Go down, feel your neck. Do you feel any tension in your neck, shoulders, arms, chest, heart? Just keep moving your way down your body slowly at a pace that feels good to you. And just notice what's there. Notice if you feel any tension. Just do something to relax, to change, to move. Sometimes, like if you notice your jaw or your cheeks being tense, just do funny faces. Just move your face in funny ways and just notice how it relaxes. Just touch it with your hands if you want. Just touch your cheeks, move them around, and just notice how that tension kind of leaves. You can also notice your breath. When you are inhaling, just direct your breath into that space, that tension, and then you can visualize when you are exhaling, that tension is just leaving your body, releasing into the universe. And just keep moving down until you get all the way to your feet. Okay? It's really helpful to do a body scan anytime you are going to do a practice. Why? Because when you are doing a practice, when you are meditating, visualizing, reflecting, emotions are going to arise. And when you have a body that you have scanned, you are aware of what's in there. Maybe you are aware of releasing some of that tension. Maybe some tension is still there, but you are aware of it. So when you are doing your practice, if something new shows up, you are going to be able to notice it. And when you notice something new showing up in your body, it's gonna be easier for you to recognize, wow, whatever I was visualizing got me tense. It created something in my body, and then you can explore that thing. You can allow it to be there. You can really think about why this Why this tension showed up now? What am I feeling about this? What am I reacting to? Why is this triggering me in this way? And just don't judge, just observe, notice. Just notice that tension. And when you start accepting, when you start becoming aware of why that tension appeared, maybe you connect that with an experience, maybe you connect with a feeling, maybe you feel fear about the future, maybe you want to call something new into your life, but you don't know how to do it. And that causes you anxiety. And maybe your shoulders become tense because you want to do something about it, but you don't know what is it. Everything is welcome here. Just notice everything. And when you are complete, just keep breathing through the session at a pace that feels good to you. And every now and then, just notice how your body feels. Okay? So now, I want you to visualize that your life, as you know it now, it's ending. And you have to make a choice. You have to decide, where am I going to live now? Where am I going to be working? What am I going to be doing for work? What hobbies am I going to pursue? What kind of relationships do I want to create? And start scanning your life. You can do this by life areas if that's easier for you. Sometimes you just let it flow and things start coming to you, and that's fine. For those of you who maybe have a hard time or it is overwhelming to think about a new life, completely new life, just start by areas. Maybe you can start with, where do I live? What kind of space am I visualizing? Am I living in a house? Am I living in a condo? Am I living in the mountain? Or am I living by the sea? Am I living in a big city? Or am I living in a little village? Am I living in a farm with animals? Just start visualizing what you would like to see, the life that you would like to have. And then connect with, maybe the next area could be relationships. What would you like to have around you as a network? Do you want to live close to your family, or do you want to live far away from them? Do you want to have amazing neighbors beside you, or do you want to have privacy and a community to go into when you feel like it? Do you have hobbies that you would like to share with others, or would you like to just keep everything private to yourself? Just notice what comes up for you, notice what feels good to you. And I invite you to get uncomfortable here. Getting uncomfortable means visualizing maybe something that is not familiar to you, something that is not predictable, something that you maybe don't know how to make happen, something that scares you but excites you at the same time. This is your first new reality. You can create more after, so we are just in the first one, okay? I invite you to have a journal close by if you can, and write down the main things that are coming to you. It's really important to remind yourself of the things that are showing up for you right now, so that you can reflect about them later. So keep going. What is the next area of your life that feels good to you? Maybe you want to explore your work, your passion. Maybe work for you is doing something that makes you feel well. Maybe work for you is doing something that helps you make a lot of money, but then you have your hobbies separated from that work and you don't like mixing one with the other. Maybe you want to make your passion your work, you want to get paid to do what you love, and that's what feels good to you. So allow yourself to visualize that, how that looks like. How much do you work every week? Do you work with people? Do you work alone? Are you creating something? Are you managing something? What is it that you are doing? How do you feel when you do that thing? Remember that you can create whatever you want. This is your dream. Don't limit yourself, okay? When you are dreaming, there is infinite abundance about everything. You don't have to worry about money. You don't have to worry about time. You don't have to worry about resources. You can create whatever you want. There are no limitations. Just stay there and keep scanning the areas of life that feel good to you. Maybe you want to explore your spirituality or religion. What kind of practice do you do? How much time do you spend with yourself? How do you feel? When you are comfortable with your dream and it feels complete, there are no more areas of your life that you want to visualize, then I invite you to visualize yourself stepping into that dream life. Imagine that next week rolls in and the dream starts on Monday. So you are stepping into the Monday morning, you are waking up and you are in your new dream. You are living that life. How does it look like? Visualize yourself waking up. What do you do? What time is it? What's surrounding you? Is there anyone beside you? What do you have planned for your day? What's going on today? Just visualize your ideal day in that dream reality. Try to be as specific as you can. Do you go to the kitchen and make yourself a coffee? Maybe you go for a walk. Maybe you exercise. Maybe you stay in bed for another hour. You can do whatever you want. So what do you do? And just go through your morning. Do you work? Do you spend time with your family? Or do you see friends? Do you read the news? Do you read a book? Do you go for a hike? What is it? What are you doing? And just keep going through your day. When do you have lunch? What do you eat? Just what's around you? How is your kitchen? How does it look like? How is your house or your home or your condo or your farm? Look through the window. What do you see outside? Do you see the ocean? Do you see mountains? Do you see a park with kids playing on it? Do you see a city? Do you see a forest? Do you see a beautiful garden that you take care of and it is your creation? And just keep going throughout your day. You have lunch, then afternoon is coming, and then evening, then dinner time, and just finish your Monday and then Visualize the rest of your week. How does it look like? What do you do? How much time do you spend working? How much time do you spend meditating, exercising, spending time with family, with friends, with yourself, painting, following hobbies that you want, writing? Remember, this is your reality and you can do whatever you want. And then the weekend rolls in. What do you do during the weekend? Just allow yourself to be there, to feel that reality, to really experience it. Are you happy? Are you relaxed? Are you motivated? Are you feeling creative? Are you overwhelmed? Are you anxious? Whatever you feel is perfect and beautiful. And it is what you need right now. Just notice it. And I invite you to keep writing down the things that you see, the emotions that you experience, who is there with you, just the main takeaways from this reality that you don't want to forget. And when you feel complete, I would like to invite you to come back. I would like you to come back to the session, and I would like you to, if you haven't yet and you want to, just take a minute to write what came up for you. Take a minute to notice what you experience in this dream reality. Maybe you were in a very vivid reality. You were able to visualize everything very clearly and you have clarity. If that's your case, just write details about what you saw, the things that you saw there that don't exist in your life right now, so that you remember that you would like that in your life. For those of you who maybe had a hard time connecting or gaining clarity about what is it that you want, just notice how you felt. Did you feel frustration? Did you feel overwhelmed? Did you feel sadness? Did you feel loneliness? Whatever you felt, it's perfect. I want you to write it down. And I want you to explore that feeling, that emotion, because that's going to help you understand what's standing on the way between you and a dream reality that you can imagine anytime you want. And that's going to allow you to move forward. Next time you do this exercise, you're going to be able to do it deeper. You're going to be able to do more of it. You're going to be able to practice your imagination more. This is like exercising, guys. You have to practice it. The more you practice it, the easier it becomes. So, for those of you who maybe had a hard time, it's beautiful and perfect. It's what you needed. And you will be able to keep moving forward if you want to move forward with these things. So, guys, I invite you to, now you can share in the chat. Just try to be specific about things, because I cannot read a whole lot of things. Just try to share things that came up for you. Things are the main takeaways that you got from your dream reality. Any realizations you had, any emotions you felt, any physical things that you saw that you got really excited about. And what we are going for here, guys, is to get you excited, emotionally speaking. This is not a mental exercise. This is an emotional exercise. And what I am looking for here is for you to connect emotionally with what you saw in that reality. Okay? So let me see the chat. What did you guys share? This is a lot, but I wanted to share so I can take a screen picture and save it. So Amy shared a lot of stuff. Let me see. So yeah, that's a lot to read. We built our ideal cabin in the woods. Our work is in the city. We have a cafe and art space. I teach theater, yoga, and meditation. I wake up and make coffee. I step outside onto the deck that overlooks mountains and pine trees. So just notice how Amy's dream is so vivid and so specific. If you read it, I can step into it and I can actually see it and visualize it, and that's beautiful. Thank you so much, Amy, for sharing. I'm not able to read everything, but I will invite you to really keep this for yourself and read this to yourself anytime you want to remind of that reality, okay? Because this is beautiful. So guys, what else came up in your dreams? Try to be specific, like one word, one sentence. And you can do more than one comment, but that way I have an easier time reading what you guys share. Okay? And there will be a recording of this exercise, so you can listen to the recording again anytime you want to do this exercise again. Okay? So peaceful and accomplished and confident and deeply happy. Tears now. Amazing, CJ. If you are crying, that means that you connected with something beautiful, something that evoked that emotion in you. And that's what we are going for here. I brought a lot selfishly so I could take a screen picture for myself. Sorry. Amy, it's beautiful and perfect. There is nothing wrong with that. And I honor my boundary of not being able to read everything. And as long as you are okay with that, that's okay with me too. This says, I saw myself living by a bicycle path near a beach. I love it. I got on my bicycle and went directly to the path and felt very young and free. Amazing. I love that reality. I saw myself being immersed in community and surrounded by love. Beautiful, Melissa. I love it. I had a hard time, but I was able to visualize having land and a view. That's something, Kelly. That's a great start point. So the next time that you do this exercise, Kelly, now you have a starting point. Maybe you start seeing more. And this is what happens, right? Like when you have a dream and you connect with the dream that you really want, you are going to revisit that dream over and over and over, and every time you do, it's going to become more real. It's going to have more detail. You are going to connect emotionally with more intensity, and the more you remind yourself of that dream, the more you visualize it in your brain, the more your brain is going to start connecting the dots to take you there. And this may sound weird for some of you, but we can create our own reality in our heads before it actually happens physically. And this is the law of attraction, and this is where we place our energy and our attention, our intention, our attention, our energy, our time is gonna flow into that direction. So it's gonna be easier for you to actually make that happen, okay? Because your brain is going to start recognizing what you wanted, and you are going to start paying attention to what you want rather than to what you don't want. And that's going to produce more and more of that feeling, more and more of that experience that you saw, more and more of the thing that you want. You are going to start recognizing, hey, this is an opportunity for me to get more of what I want. I'm gonna say yes to this. No, this is not giving me what I need, so I'm gonna say no to this with love and with compassion, but I don't need this in my life. I want more of that. You see how that clarity is going to help you start steering your boat into the direction that you want to go? How do you strengthen the ability to imagination and visualizing? So niche. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Niche. Practice. Okay? This is all about practice. If you have a hard time doing this by yourself and imagining things in your own head, I will invite you to listen to visualizations from other people. You can listen to stories that other people may tell you, and then you start visualizing the story. You get yourself into the story and you visualize everything that that person is sharing with you. Okay, there are visualizations here on Insight Timer that you can listen to. You can read a book, and then every time you read a sentence or two, you can close your eyes and then you can actually visualize, make a movie in your head of the book. And this is easier if it's an adventure book, a story book, right? And then you are seeing maybe there is a little boy, that little boy goes into a forest, and in that forest there is this monster or whatever. So you start visualizing everything in your head, and then the more you practice, the more easy it's gonna become to you to do that. Okay? You can also visualize something in your head. Take an experience that you experienced and you didn't enjoy or you want to change. Reflect about that experience, and then brainstorm how would you like that reality to be next time. Like if you could go back to that moment and you could change something, what would you change? And then you can close your eyes and then you can visualize yourself in that experience, and then you can visualize yourself doing what you would like to do next time that happens. Maybe you speak differently. Maybe you give that person a hug. Maybe you stop negative self-talk about yourself and you open curiosity. Maybe whatever that is that you didn't like, you flip the coin and you do something that you enjoy more. That's another way for you to practice visualization in your specific situation. Okay, and Amy shares something here that you can read about that can help you. But yeah, don't give up. This is a process. This is exercise. You have to practice and repeat and repeat and repeat. And the most important piece is never put yourself down. Okay? Don't put yourself down. You are in the process of learning. If you want to really learn how to visualize, you can do that. You are just learning now. And it's okay to take time. Okay? It's okay to just keep practicing. Okay? Yeah, maybe start with music if you are an auditory that reflects the emotion of what you want. Yeah, so connecting with the way you receive information, as Amy is saying, some people are visual, some people need to read, some people need to listen to something, some people need to touch and experience. So become aware of how you receive information best, and then use that form for you to help you visualize. These are some ideas, and honestly, go to Google and just type how to visualize, and you will be amazed at how much information you will find and ideas that maybe you didn't consider. Okay, so guys, thank you for sharing, and I will invite you to then do it again. Okay, let's do it again. Let's close your eyes, take a couple of deep breaths, and now I want you to visualize the life that you have. It's over. It no longer exists the way it is now, and the reality that you visualize doesn't exist anymore, and it's not possible anymore. You have to come up with a completely different reality. Okay? I challenge you to close your eyes and to visualize something completely different. And then let's do the same practice. Yes. Visualize different areas of your life and visualize what you see. If you visualized before that you were by a beach and you were living in a condo, imagine that that's not a possibility anymore. So you need to do something completely different. And just challenge yourself to think about, if I couldn't have this, then what would I like instead? What would I enjoy? What can I explore? Remember that you don't have to live there forever. This is just an exercise for you to recognize how you feel, to help you gain clarity about the things that you like and the things that you don't like. So visualize yourself in that new reality. How does it look like? Where do you live? Who do you live with? What do you do for work? Do you work? Maybe you don't work. You can choose that. You don't have to work if you don't want to. What are your passions or hobbies? Do you exercise? Do you spend time with family, with friends? Are you a part of any community? What kind of spirituality or religion do you follow? Do you spend time with? What are you learning about? Just allow yourself to scan every area of your life that is important, and just notice what's in there. And then, once you start having some clarity, I invite you to snap your fingers and visualize yourself on Monday morning. The new reality started. And you are waking up. You are opening your eyes. And you are where? Where are you? What time is it? Is there anyone beside you? And just start going through your day. What will you do in the morning? Are you doing a meditation practice? Are you going to get a coffee? Are you going for a run? Are you running out of your house into your studio to start creating? Are you going to see your family and friends? What are you doing? What are you eating? And just go through your day. Go through your Monday morning, lunchtime, afternoon. Maybe you have a beautiful nap under a tree, in a hammock. And then afternoon, evening, dinner time. Maybe after dinner you go dancing. Or maybe you go and watch a beautiful movie. Or maybe you go to see a play. Or maybe you are part of a circle and you sit with other people to do something that you enjoy. Maybe you go to bed at 9 p.m. because you enjoy sleeping 15 hours a day. There is no right or wrong here, guys. You can create whatever you want. And just keep going through your Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, weekend. And then when you feel complete, just write down things that came up. When we do this exercise the second time, sometimes it's very difficult because you are kind of stuck in the first reality that you created, and you are so connected emotionally to that reality that creating a different one was very difficult. That's fine. Maybe it's the opposite. Maybe now you are visualizing a completely new one that you don't know, that you were not aware of. Maybe you challenge yourself to step into something completely different. And when you start visualizing it, you start recognizing, wow, this feels really good. Like, I never thought of this. I never thought I could do this and live this way. This feels so good. So maybe you step into something that you didn't know about yourself. And now you're going to be curious about it. Now you're going to be researching about it. And maybe you incorporate in your day-to-day life some of these realities that you are visualizing, because you don't have to change everything. We are doing a dreaming exercise that is helping you recognize the things that you enjoy from an emotional standpoint, not from a mental. This is something that you are experiencing and you are enjoying. So you are going to start questioning yourself, wow, I really enjoy this thing in this reality. maybe I can bring that into my existence right now in some way. Maybe I can incorporate this maybe once a week. Or maybe this practice that I didn't think about feels really good and I want to give it a shot. Okay, so let me read the comments. Feel free to share. So Amy says, I immediately saw myself waking up to yoga in a strong body outside. My aha moment keeps coming. I feel fearful that if I get 100% healthy, oh no, the chat stopped. So Amy recognized something here, right? Amy connected with a fear that she has. So if I get 100% healthy, I wouldn't be able to handle adult life. So that's a huge realization, Amy. So if you get 100% healthy, you are afraid that you wouldn't be able to handle adult life. So unconsciously, you may be choosing to stay where you are because it feels safer than stepping into a natural life, a real life that may be scary and you may not be able to survive on it. That's the emotion that I'm sensing from your message. But my vision felt so clear. I am capable, strong, creative, and safe. Beautiful. So this is an example, guys, of something that can show up. This is a huge aha moment that can help you start making a different decision about your life, choosing something different that is no longer getting you stuck in the place where you are at. Because when we feel stuck, there is always something keeping us there. And by visualizing and dreaming, sometimes we can dive deeper into what's going on in there and we can actually get it out in a way that we understand. Catherine says, I too have difficulty. I am out of touch with what I want. At the same time, how do I fit it into a vision that beloved family members? I currently give a huge amount of my headspace, time, effort, and heart to my elderly parents. How can I envision freely and include them? I'm not ready to not include them. Catherine, this is your reality. It can be whatever you want. It's unlimited. So you can envision amazing, beautiful help, being surrounded by amazing, beautiful help that is loving, is caring, is like you, an extension of you in different persons that are taking care of your parents when you are not there. And your parents are seeing you with happiness, seeing you free, happy, doing something that you have never done before, or doing something that you forgot about because you were so immense in taking care of them. You still love them, you still enjoy them, they are a part of your life, but you have time and energy to do other things without neglecting them. That's just an example that came to my mind that can be a reality. So don't limit yourself. You can visualize whatever you want. Okay? And your parents, absolutely, they can be a part of that reality. You don't need to exclude anyone. It's your choice. It is your choice. Okay? Amy says, yes, my adult life before was filled with overwork. I wanted to be simple and balanced this time. A second chance at life. Amy, you know what you want now. And you know what you don't want. So it's very clear to me that the new reality that you are creating is not going to include being overworked. It's not going to include working too much to the point that you are feeling burnt out. That's not a part of your reality. So, because that's not a part of your reality, that's not going to exist in there. So you don't have to worry about it because it's not a part of your reality. You choose not to do that. So think about, what do you choose instead? What kind of balance? What does balance mean to you? How does your day look like? What does a balanced day look like to you? This is very powerful stuff, guys. Very powerful stuff. I do this exercise many times alone and with my wife, and this is how I came up with creating my ideal week. It didn't come out of the blue. I did this work, I visualized, I reflected about my week, I connected with things that I wanted in my life right now, and I found ways to integrate those things in my life in a way that was doable, without neglecting, without excluding, in a way that feels good to me. And this is an ongoing work. So this is not something that you do once and stops. This is something that you nurture. Okay, this is like something that you keep putting energy into, time into, and then your life is going to start reflecting that reality in many ways, because you are going to start getting clarity. You're going to start noticing what's truly important to you. And for Catherine, for example, her parents are really important for her. So of course they're gonna be a part of her reality. Why wouldn't they? So Kelly says, many things I dreamed I can incorporate into my life now. Beautiful, Kelly. So guys, thank you so much for doing this exercise with me. I really enjoy doing this. I really deeply know that doing this exercise is going to change your life. And the more you do it, I promise you that it's going to help you gain clarity. It's going to help you understand the things that you don't want. It's going to help you understand triggers that you feel and why you feel them. It's going to help you dive deeper into yourself and discover the things you like, the things you don't like, the things that are important in your life, the things that are not. And the more you do this, the more light you are shining into yourself. And when you shine light in yourself, that light is coming outside too, and reflects. The outside is going to reflect what you see inside. So the more you shine the light inside of you, the more you uncover those things, the more those things are going to be expressed in your outer world. That's what happens. So start bringing presence, start bringing your attention to your inside, and start recognizing the things that you like, the things that are important, and then your brain is going to start doing the work to get you there. You don't need to know how to do it, okay? That will unfold in a way that you will understand. But you need the intention, and you need the clarity, and you need the willingness to go there, the willingness to step into that new reality, into the unknown, into the uncertain, into the unfamiliar, and sit in that discomfort and trust. You need to trust. You need to let go of expectations, let go of how things should be done, because there are 1,000 different ways of doing the same thing and getting to the same spot. So you need to trust, you need to let go, you need to be flexible, and you need to pay attention to what's happening and how things are unfolding, and be flexible enough to keep adjusting in a way that feels good to you. And that's what we call intuition. That's what we call using our third eye, listening to those signs, to those intuitions, those coincidences that start happening in our lives and guide us into a direction without us understanding how or why. Okay? So guys, I have to go now because I have a session that I have to attend. Thank you so much for doing this exercise with me. Allow yourself some time, if you can now, to keep journaling of the things that you noticed. Okay? And just do this exercise as many times as you want. This will be a recording that is available to you here on Inside Timer and also on my podcast. So you can come back anytime you want. You can redo this exercise anytime you want, and you can get more and more clear about what you need. Okay? And thank you for keeping the chat so active. Amy says, is this specific exercise in your recordings or in one of your courses? So Amy, I include visualization in some of the courses. The self-care course has a visualization exercise. The minimalism one has also one. I always use this technique to help you visualize what you need. The course that I have about creating your clutter-free home also has some visualization exercises, and this recording will be available, so you can use this too. So just make sure that you keep doing this exercise in the way that feels good to you. There are other people out there doing visualizations too that you can listen to, so that you can keep practicing and just keep it going. That's the secret. Yes, be consistent and keep connecting with the things that you want to see in your life. Okay. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Let's just take a couple of deep breaths to finish this session together. Okay. I celebrate your willingness to doing this exercise with me. It really tells a lot about yourself and how committed you are to this work. And I know that everybody around you is going to benefit from what you are doing. So I want to honor you for that. Okay. I hope, guys, to see you on Thursday. Same time, same place. Okay. Hope to see you there. And in the meantime, just feel free to join some of my courses if you want to, share in the course classroom, and I will be there to support you along your journey. Okay. And if you have any topic ideas, please join my circle, Your Thriving Lifestyle. Join my circle and share them there with me so that I can schedule sessions to cover the topics that you guys are interested in. Okay? Have a beautiful rest of your day, and I will see you on Thursday. Adios.